Speedrunning has become a staple of the gaming community for many years now. It has brought the resurgence of many retro games, and hundreds of hours of speedruns are now shown on Twitch every single day. So today, I decided to create a list of the top 5 best video games to speedrun. Please remember that this is my personal list, but I'd love to hear your opinion in the comment section below. Metroid is a speedrun game that requires timing, skill, and strategy. Even before the run begins, you must decide what equipment you want for the journey. Taking less obviously saves time traveling, but could lead to setbacks or more time fighting bosses. Timing is also key when speedrunning Metroid. The game involves platforming that can be done quickly as long as the player is aware of enemies, platforms, and physics. The game has a long history of speedruns, with new glitches and routes being discovered all the time. This makes Metroid for the NES one of the most entertaining games to watch speedruns of and to speedrun yourself. The standing world record for any percent speedrun warpless is held by Metroid McFly at 11 minutes and 40 seconds. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is arguably the best non 3D Zelda game released. Of course, this makes it one of the greatest games to speedrun as well. Avoiding enemies, picking up items, and coming up with the time-saving strategies is very difficult in this game. There are two categories usually speedrun with this game, one being no major glitches, where the run obviously becomes longer due to a lack of exploits. I find this version more interesting to watch since it requires more legitimate gameplay. The other version is major glitches, which, as the name suggests, allows for glitches to be used in the run. And any percent run of major glitches allowed can take less than 2 minutes to beat the game. Major glitches requires knowledge of certain pixels in the game and exact button mashing, making this extremely interesting to watch and perform as well. The world record for major glitches any percent is held by Lamig with 1 minute and 31 seconds. The world record for no major glitches any percent is 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 19 seconds. Mario 64 has possibly the most interesting history when it comes to speedrunning. People didn't think it possible to beat the game in less than 70 stars, but soon glitches were found that made it possible to do it in less. A few years later, more glitches were discovered, and eventually you could even beat the game while receiving no stars. The community has stayed active with this game for years, with theoretical TAS speedruns being developed only to be proven later by human players. Glitch runs of this game require precise movement and jumps, and full 120 star runs are no simple feat either. Any way you play this speedrun, you're bound to have fun, competition, and excitement. The current world record holder for all 120 stars of Mario 64 is Cheese05 with 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 19 seconds. Now the world record for no stars is 6 minutes, 44 seconds, and 230 milliseconds by Akira. Pokemon Red and Blue is really exciting to watch and do speedruns of. The fact that it takes a great deal of strategizing to speedrun this is very fascinating. Knowing when to use certain Pokemon is key, and wasting time with items is a choice the runner must make themselves. There are currently two strategies I know of with Pokemon speedrunning. The first being the Squirtle strategy, where Squirtle is the only Pokemon you level up and you ignore catching all others, besides having an HM slave Pokemon, of course. The idea with this is you don't want to waste time catching other Pokemon, you just want to battle your way to the Elite Four using only Squirtle, who is a powerful Pokemon for the majority of the gyms. The other strategy is the Nidoking strategy, where the player picks their starting type Pokemon as well as attempts to catch a Nidoking. The Nidoking is simply an amazing Pokemon whose Horn Drill destroys opponents, making him an ideal catch for the run. This run does take a good amount of time to complete, with most runners managing to finish around the 2 hour mark, no matter which strategy, although I have heard that the Squirtle strategy seems to be a little bit more dominant over the Nidoking strategy. But that sort of depends player to player. Certain ones have certain play styles where the Nidoking might be more advantageous to them than the Squirtle, so it really depends for each speedrunner, but both are very optimal strategies. I think there is still a lot of potential for this speedrun, as a perfect run requires both mechanical skill, tactical planning, and random luck, all of which are hard to come by in a single playthrough. The current world record was set by Xarion 19 days before the making of this video. His time is an astounding 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 2 seconds. Although I wanted to put other Pokemon games on this list, such as Diamond and Pearl, which are equally as interesting to watch, I thought it would be better to go with the classics of Red and Blue. Super Mario Bros. Is one of the most infamous speedrun games of all time. I believe that this game will continue to thrive in the speedrun community for years to come. In my opinion, the greatest speedrun type of this game is any percent with glitches. This type really shows the skill of the gamer and the exact timing needed to pull off a perfect run. In order to beat the world record at this point, someone needs to find a new glitch or pull off an amazing flawless run. I don't think this type of run is dead, but rather an exciting moment for Super Mario Bros. Speedrunning, since we get to see where the highly skilled gamers will take it next. Getting into Super Mario Bros. Glitch speedrunning is pretty difficult actually. It requires incredible precision, especially with certain requirements for getting a world record, such as flag glitches and fast 4-2, but I don't think it's impossible to break into this speedrun. I think once you get into it, it's really fun, and since the runs don't last a huge amount of time, you can keep going over and over again in quick succession, which makes it even more exciting for some. The world record for any percent glitch Mario speedrun is held by Cosmic D12 with 4 minutes 56 seconds and 462 milliseconds. Well, that was my list of my favorite speedruns to watch and perform myself. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below what your top 5 are. Let me know if you agree with my list or disagree with my list. I'd love to hear your opinion, and just remember that this is my own personal list, so, this is not set in stone. I just decided to make a video, expressing how I feel. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.